Hey, hey, give me five. The angels are coming alive. Saturday, 9 a.m. Gonna get with my friends. We're gonna sing, we're gonna cheer, we're gonna throw away all our fears. Hey, hey, don't you know the angels got their mojo?
Hello and welcome. My name is Deanna Persai, and I'm the founder of Angels on Stage. I named the theater troupe after my sister Angel, who happens to have Down syndrome. She and I grew up together in Indiana, participating in a theater troupe where Angel was the actress on stage and I was her buddy coach. The mission of Angels on Stage is to provide a professional, annual musical theater experience to children of all abilities, ages 5 to 22. Our motto is perception, not perfection. Our charge is illuminating ability and broadening and reframing the dialogue around the term disability. It's important for me to change the discussion to a term of abilities because truthfully, I think when it's all said and done, we're all a whole lot more alike than we are different. And the word disability kind of naturally tends to segregate or, tends to pull people apart. Whereas no one will ever say I've, know someone with no abilities. Everybody has abilities. Everybody has some sort of abilities. And for a lot of these children, their abilities are maybe different from the typical or average child. But if we can kind of reframe or refocus our lens on their abilities, they will astound you, they will dazzle you, they're unbelievable performers.
Perhaps you'd like to hear the tale. I said, would you like to hear the tale?
Yes, yes.
Well then, our tale begins at the Royal Palace of Agrabah.
From my experience, children with differing abilities already have a nice little array of opportunities to participate in various sporting events through Special Olympics, through Challenger baseball, there's special soccer. But if you think about it, the opportunities for children with differing abilities to participate in musical theater, dance, arts activities are rather limited. There are some fabulous theater troupes out there that do a fabulous job of including angels, and that is wonderful. And if the angels can be successful in that environment, I highly encourage them to, have their ability illuminated through those venues. I'm trying to create a model similar to Special Olympics where this is the safe space for the children that really would never have an opportunity to be in a leading role if they went to a typical theater. And again, I've seen it firsthand, I've lived it firsthand, how many of these children and adults have incredible talents in the area of singing, of dancing, of performing. They might not be the best athletes in the world, but boy, oh boy, you put a mic in their hand and they simply come to life. And so we're just trying to provide a safe and validating platform to allow their abilities to be illuminated. This organization, Angels on Stage, is my life. I truly feel like I've got the skills needed to propel musical theater for children with special needs to a national level and beyond. I feel like that's my charge, and truly it's what I'm very passionate about. So I feel like I'm living the dream every day, And Angel kind of guides me what needs to be done in the community. And a lot of times these amazing individuals are overlooked, and they don't have a platform to be able to articulate what they need. So I kind of feel compelled, I feel obligated to be her voice and to execute her vision and plan. Our secondary mission is to create a model that can easily be replicated or duplicated in other communities. So we really are thinking beyond just our individual troupe, and we're here to help other communities and set them up for success. We're hoping that once they see a show and they learn about the incredible gratification and validation and wonderful, joyous experience with Angels on Stage, that they would like to begin a musical theater troupe for children with differing abilities in their communities. And our charge is to help them and set them up for success. The age range of our angels, they begin at age 5 and they graduate at age 22. And I base that on the same ages that the Jesters of St. Francis accommodated back in Indiana. I think it was 5 to 21, because services, public school services, end for children with special needs at the age of 21 in Indiana, 22 here in California. Our angels absolutely progress to a level of authority. We do have at least 2, if not more, angels who have graduated out and have returned as buddy coaches for the season. We have one individual that we're considering hiring to be a part of our assistant staff next year in a staff role. They learn so many skills, and they're very talented, and they're learning a lot of skills that they can certainly take out in the community and be of service to other theater troupes and musical performing troupes. Right now, Angels on Stage is just a 6-month stint just on Saturday mornings. I truly believe that's one of the reasons why we've been so successful, because we've kept the practice times out of the week when many of the children receive various services, and it's just about a 2.5-hour time block on Saturday mornings. Also, the parents come during the Saturday mornings times because they're not working, and so we get a whole lot of volunteers and community supports from the parents who love to stay.
Every Saturday we get up and that's the first thing she wants to do is, Mom, I want to go to Angels, I have to go to Angels. And just seeing that in her makes me so excited and just so proud. And then when I bring her there, seeing her with her buddy coaches, which also is another experience, seeing all these typical children. Her buddy coach is 12 years old, and she has the patience, and I can't even tell you. And so now watching my daughter on stage, her confidence and pride, it's amazing. All these children, it's just amazing to watch them shine, and to know that one person, Deanna Persai, is who started all this, is just the most beautiful experience ever as a parent.
We have a vision. We would like to build our own performing arts conservatory, whereby the College of Adaptive Arts students could run their own television station, their own radio station. We already have produced one original CD of original music, so we would like to have a recording studio. We would like to build a stage, a performing arts stage from the ground up, exclusively with performers with differing abilities in mind, taking into account lighting, wheelchair access, visual prompts, all types of augmentation to illuminate these performers' abilities. We'd like to actually go full-time and perhaps divide Angels on Stage into a smaller troupe that could do the Disney Kid or kid versions from maybe ages 5 to 12, and then maybe a junior version troupe, ages 13 to 22 or so, and then the adults have their own performing arts troupe. In the summer, we're also hoping that our College of Adaptive Arts adults with differing abilities can actually hold their first summer camp for the angels, so that the adults would be running the summer camp, summer session in performing arts training, and the angels on stage would be able to attend. But that said, it's a sad time. After the season ends, we do have a red carpet gala 1 month later, where all of the angels receive Best Actor and Best Actress trophies, and all of the buddy coaches receive medals, and they're called the Best Supporting Actors and Actresses. We have paparazzi. Everybody dresses up in their best evening attire. We have sparkling, bubbly Martinelli's apple cider and cake, and it's a joyous event. So that happens. And then sometimes we'll go out into the community and just do showcase time, where the angels bring their own music or their own props, whatever. Some tell jokes, some write their own music, but we'll go out to Barnes and Nobles or to coffee shops, and we'll get together and we'll have a showcase time, and that's always a lot of fun. So the Angels on Stage is a pretty tight-knit community, and we do stay together. And what's really nice is a lot of times the buddies and the angels make such good friends over the season that they'll also continue to want to meet. They'll invite each other to parties, and it's really a special bond. We'd like to make this campus a national hub for communities around the country that would like to get training and support in starting theater troupes in their own communities. Another goal we have is to have our campus provide professional development training to typical adults who would like to work in the field of helping individuals with disabilities. We'd like to have one-way mirrors and conference rooms and regular trainings, regular conferences, regular reflection time to elevate the skills and kind of raise the bar of what can be accomplished when expectations are raised when working with individuals with differing abilities. Because that does seem to be a common concern among many families, is the level of expectations, especially when our loved ones get older and they maybe are not engaged to the level that we know that they're capable of performing to. And so showing in a safe and embracing environment that with these particular best practices, you're really going to see a whole another side of our individuals with differing abilities is another very important goal we have.
I was very nervous bringing my daughter there because she has stability issues, so I was afraid with all the kids running around that there might be a problem and she would get knocked over. And it turns out that they are very on the ball. Deanna, very friendly, and finds out exactly, you know, what's going on with your child, so that she and the rest are right on top of it. And actually my daughter starred in the play last year, and I never thought she would do anything like that. So I just think all the positiveness that came from it just helped her blossom, and she had a great time on stage.
Wow, a real magic carpet.
Matt, Aladdin, meet Avis. Avis, meet Aladdin. Now let's hop aboard and fly those friendly skies. We got a princess to woo.
Our financial supporters are the community. We are very much a grassroots organization, and we've had very, very few donations that have come in more than $2,500 or $3,000. So quite truly, our parents and our community have sponsored the Angels in very small incremental amounts that have added up to a tremendous amount. We have applied for grants. We have not received any grants. We have no governmental funding at this point. We're just finishing year 3. And hopefully that will change. We're getting a lot more systematic and reflective in our grant writing. But I'm really kind of proud that we've come as far as we've came on a pretty shoestring budget, because that tells me that when you get the right team of people together, it's really not about the money. It's about the passion, and it's about the skills, and it's about the dedication of working together to set each other up, because it's a lot of teamwork day in and day out to set our angels up for optimal success. But I think that we have built a model that absolutely could be replicated in most any community across the country who has a similar vision. We put on the first show for about $25,000, I'd say. We've gotten, we've grown a little bit, and I think we might be close to the $45,000 to $50,000 range. But we've grown so much, and we just have so many resources in the community and parents who have stepped up. But we're providing a pretty professional theater troupe with not a whole lot of money in the theater world. We do pay our staff. We have paid staff, and it was really important for me from the beginning that we provided a stipend to professionalize the organization. But that said, I'd really like to be able to pay the staff and the volunteers who just absolutely dedicated months in and months out to their angels, to Angels on Stage, to be able to adequately pay them for their time. So it is very inspiring that we've been able to come this far with so many volunteers. But we're hoping to take this nationwide and to really build our organization, and we're hoping for some larger funding streams. A lot of our prep work is actually done over the summer, trying to select the show, pay for the rights and royalties of the show, starting to think about fundraising, holding a gala, registration, props, costumes. So a lot of prep work is actually done in the summertime, in the off-season. We instituted a parent handbook this year that I think was really helpful to the parents. We have just the most incredible team of, it's really a beautiful blend of people with a theater background and people with a special education background. And for many of them, they have both. They are theater people that happen to have a child or a loved one in their families who have special needs. And we have a special needs family that just absolutely loves everything theatrical. So it really needs to be a balance between the two to be this effective. Another thing that we're really focusing on is doing shows that are familiar to the audience. We want the audience to not have to listen so keenly to the dialogue to figure out what's happening next. We want a predictable, familiar story where they can kind of sit back and relax and take that lens, adjust that lens from the perfection angle and broaden it to the perception angle, and just really enjoy the ability that shines on stage.
Thank you very much. Boy, it's good to be back, because let me tell you, 700 years inside a lamp can give you such a crick in the neck.
On a weekly basis, I would say about 200 people are involved, from the angel performers to the buddy coaches to the parents. For 6 months out of the year on Saturday mornings, our practice space is completely abuzz with energy and positivism and commotion and so much joy on Saturday mornings. We started in 2008, and we served 41 angels in about 25 to 30 buddy coaches, and we're about to complete our season 3. We had 95 angelic performers this season, almost 60 buddy coaches, and just the most dedicated core team of volunteers that I have ever witnessed. My business partner and co-founder, the theater director of Angels, I just heard through the grapevine that she had written her master's thesis in how teaching acting skills overlaps with teaching social cognitive skills to individuals on the autism spectrum. And she's a professional actress, and she has 3 beautiful children, one who has Asperger's syndrome. I've got the best team of individuals ever, and it's been word of mouth. It's been lots of, what I like to say is that we're going to further this organization one positive conversation at a time. So, I've met people in the car wash that have turned out to be our sound tech people. I met our media and marketing manager in the dressing room of a local retail store. I've met our music coordinator and our board treasurer at a conference that focused on arts and persons of differing abilities, and really think if you put it out there and you share your vision, people will just percolate and they'll find you, one positive conversation at a time. If I'm speaking to a parent who has a special needs child, I would love to welcome each and every one of them to join our troupe, to come watch a practice. A lot of times parents are they're a little cautious because a lot of times their child's behavior might not fit the norm, and they've been ridiculed or marginalized or kind of, pushed to the side. And so, so I really go out of my way to try to win their trust that we really are all about illuminating ability. Doesn't matter if your child has a speech delay. It doesn't matter if they're nonverbal. It doesn't matter if they have mobility issues. It doesn't matter if they sing on key. Doesn't matter if they try to run away. Doesn't matter if they like to or won't get out of the car. We've had all of those happen, and it's all good. And it's really the Angels' safe space. And I say to all of us typically developing individuals that for 99.9% of individuals with differing abilities lives, they live in a zone of discomfort that they're trying to navigate in a world that's not setting them up for success, and they're constantly trying to figure out how to navigate, how to negotiate, how to be appropriate, how to get along in this world. This 2.5 hours on Saturday mornings is steadfastly about their ability, their joy, their happiness. And that's uncomfortable to people who are considered typical developing sometimes, because they're not used to entering their world. So we really try to reframe and say that this is our discomfort zone time. This is the time that we're just here to set our angels up for success, experience their joy, experience their world, throw out the whole notion of anything perfect, and just really enjoy and relish their perspective. Well, I'd like to thank you very much for watching our show, and thank you so very much for your support, and we look forward to seeing you at our next Angels on Stage production.
Hey, hey, give me 5. The angels are coming alive. Saturday, 9 a.m. Gonna get with my friends. We're gonna sing, we're gonna cheer, we're gonna throw away all our fears. Hey, hey, don't you know the angels got their mojo? We're gonna put on a great big show. We might even do-si-do, learn our lines, give it our best. School and tech, we get no rest. Grow and grow, week by week. Trust in me, you ain't even peaked.